There was a very nice, colorful, crazy wedding in the region of Lauterbrunnen. Tamara was the head responsible. And we prepared the flowers in our atelier and stuff. In the morning of the wedding, Tamara was really not doing well. Like really, we were worried. She stayed at home. We didn't know why. I think it was a couple of months later, we figured out that during the preparation of the flowers, she had put some flower preservant liquids into a bottle and mixed up the bottles. So she actually drank out of the bottle. She poisoned herself, basically.
So I'm Tamara, the co-founder of Gaea. We do wedding design and wedding planning, and we have also floral design in our agency. So we are actually a full-service agency based in Switzerland and Portugal. Do also weddings in Italy or overall Europe, actually.
Yeah, I'm Tiziana. I'm the other co-founder. I'm in our office in Portugal since 1.5 years. Well, juggling kind of company life and family life.
How did you both get into the wedding industry? We'll start with you first, Tamara.
We would need to start with Tiziana,
Tiziana,
because
that's
the story how I get into that.
So Tiziana, you were there first.
I was there first, yeah. It was actually almost 10 years ago. On the 14th of February 2016, I went online with like a little dream. Almost exactly 2 years later, I met Tamara to see her location, because she inquired for the services of the company at the time that had another name. After her wedding, she sent me the video of her wedding, and I replied to her saying, like, I'm not supposed to say this, because for me it was also a very hard year. My son was born in February and it was a crazy season, so it was a lot of weddings, and it was hard having him on all the weddings present, like emotionally and also logistically. And I told her that she was actually my favorite bride of 2018. And she replied saying, if you ever need somebody in the company, let me know. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And this is basically how it started.
Yeah, that's basically the story behind, actually. So we met each other through my wedding. And it was clear for us that we really fit perfectly together. It was clear when I then decided to leave the corporate world that I would just go into the self-employment together with her.
So what were you doing before that then, when you say the corporate world?
So actually I worked in marketing and communication, in fashion industry and furnitures. So interior design and so on. But then for me, it was after 7 years being in the same company, I was really clear that I just want to have something new.
Do you think you both bring different strengths then, if you come from different backgrounds to the company then?
Yeah, so definitely. But I also would say that we have same strengths together. My strength is of course the marketing part. Marketing, social media, content creation and so on. Maybe also a bit the part with the numbers, but not into deeply details, I would say. And Tiziana has everything else, what it needs for running a company.
So how long have you been doing wedding planning then, Tamara? And what do you love most about it?
Since 2018, right? What I do love most about it is to actually create worlds and bringing all the dreams to life, I would say. So the creative part.
What I love the most, I think, is seeing everything come together on the day. Like you have this time, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, that you're talking about theoretical stuff. It's all very abstract. And on the day itself, like the hustle and the bustle and all the vendors coming together, the venue, the couple, the room that gets transformed, and then this like adrenaline rush. I think this is the most tiring, and with age we notice that, and with experience that this is the most tiring, but also the most exciting part.
What makes Switzerland stand out as a luxury wedding location?
I mean, it's a no-brainer that we have the most spectacular landscapes and so on. But I also would say when it comes to experiences from a client perspective, right? If you invite all the guests flying how many hours whatsoever, so you really want to spend time together with them and have a huge experience in that country, which you never will forget. And that's something Switzerland can really offer. It comes along with the emotions that every landscape, every different region will bring it with, right?
Tiziana, how would you say that the landscape enhances the wedding experience?
Our clients, they mostly search for their wedding day for the nature, of course, and then for the experience before the wedding and after the wedding, maybe the cities. Apart from the beautiful lakes and the meadows and the interesting architecture that can also change within a very small space. I mean, the mountains, I think this is a feeling that being close to like one of these majestic mountains, I think this is something that you can't describe in words. You need to experience that. We saw this countless times with couples like standing with that scenery, and even for us, we grew up in Switzerland. Like we've seen the mountains all the time, but nonetheless, it's something that reminds you to be humble and modest and like it's impressive.
It's really interesting to hear from someone that's lived here all their lives that they're still humbled by the mountains. People come to me for proposals, for instance, and then they say, yeah, well, we want the mountain as a backdrop, but can we have a floral arch? No, the mountain is the floral arch.
What do you mean?
What we do in our concepts, like we're very aware of not covering up the landscape that people are actually coming for to Switzerland, but framing it. And that, I think, you can do a lot with the right floral design in enhancing the whole scenery and not covering it up.
Can you share a wedding, Tamara, in Switzerland that really captured the magic of the country?
So, well, I would say actually all the weddings we do capture the beautiful and magical landscapes or whatever it comes with. But truly we had weddings in the mountains, directly in the mountains, which are even more close to the magical peaks, or high peaks. This makes a huge difference, of course. The closer you are, the more you're gonna feel everything. Great regions are in Gstaad, or we had also another one in Santis. Santis is not that common area to host weddings, but for an Indian couple it was the perfect match. It's also our job to know exactly what they even don't know what they want, right? So we then know what they envision, even if they have no clue what they really want to, but they send a feeling to us and we turn it in a reality. That's our job, and that's also the most fulfilling what we do, actually, yeah.
Tiziana, how does local culture and venues influence the weddings here, do you think?
That always depends on the client, but the clients that we have, they come here and search for this. So I have to admit, I did not grow up with a lot of Swiss traditions from a household where the main culture is not Swiss. I got to see a lot of very typical Swiss traditions through my work, because like I think I've never seen Alphorn players close. I've never had a Handörgeli, like this accordion players. I've never heard somebody yodel. I didn't try certain types of foods. I didn't know about certain types of handcraft and traditions. So through our clients, because they requested also for each region these kind of very traditional things that's very important for most of our clients, I got to know a lot of Swiss things. Which is amazing.
I, of course, had some touch points with traditional music or something like that, or hiking or whatsoever, so close to nature. But still, I really discovered Switzerland even more deeply when I really truly understood what we really offer. And I was very blessed in a way, so that we have,
well, right?
yeah, that
yeah,
that
suddenly
really,
this pride to be Swiss. That's
yeah,
very
I
new.
was really proud actually to be Swiss, and that's also a very non-typical Swiss statement, I would say. Normally no one would say that.
What are the top trends in Swiss destination weddings right now?
They are, but I would not name it or frame it as trends. Especially how we work, we like to be like this timeless classic. So if the couple looks back on their picture, video or whatsoever, so it's a kind of a timeless, yeah. Of course, we also had like more influenced colors like pink when the Barbiecore was on top. But still, you look back and it's not kind of a trend you dislike afterwards. It's more natural based. Everything what's growing from the ground up, for example, or maybe bolder colors. Let's say everything in red or everything in yellow or whatsoever. So these are common trends. So we try to incorporate them, but in a way that you look back 10 years later and it's still okay.
Yeah, and I think in terms of maybe not just the visual part, but also like the experience part, what we see coming back, especially with like winter weddings, is like a bit this retro, very classic après-ski kind of, you know, where you dress in like in the whole ski suit and very like glamorous alpine high society thing. That's something we saw in the last couple of years.
Everything what connects body, mind and soul is also very popular. It's kind of a industry standard in that sense that you know from yoga or other retreats, or if you do a certain kind of like a retreat in another country, the search for tarot readers or something like that is also coming up. So it really is a deep connection between an intimate part of your life, and if you connect everything together, that's beautiful.
Which wedding are you most proud of and why, if there is one?
I wouldn't say proud, but back in 2024 or 3, I don't remember it quite,
23.
So we had a very, very, very intimate wedding, around 20 guests. This was just very, very special to me because I had a very special bond and connection with the bride and the groom. They also gifted every vendor with small gifts. They were just giving back. And for me personally, it was really magical because it was from the heart. She really catched my sense of what I would brought myself after such a season. They were the last wedding this season. I don't want to share it, but it was really, really special to me.
Tiziana, what wedding excites you the most when you think about it?
There were a few that were like exciting. If I think about just last year, for example, there was a relatively small wedding in a very unknown location for us. The couple was so different in their setup, like what they represent and how they are as humans. They were so different from our standard client. And the family was so nice. And everything was like, there were a million changes, a million last minute changes. Nothing was set in stone, and we planned for like a year. But everybody was so easy and nothing was a problem. And, you know, not one of those nothing is a problem. And then in retrospective, you will hear, oh, but this didn't go according to plan. No, it was just from A to Z was just like chaotic, but easygoing. And that was kind of exciting.
Maybe also mention it was not chaotic from our side. It was just kind of the flow of their family.
Because also their family, they have roots in Switzerland and they were so happy to be back in Switzerland. I think nothing could have ruined their wedding because just for the fact that they were in Switzerland all together, and the dad of the bride was able to show like his heritage to his friends and the rest of the family. Then his daughter getting married in that beautiful view in a little chapel. yeah, that was it for him. He was so proud.
Any funny or memorable stories that you'd love to share?
Well, I have one.
Go on, because I'm thinking still. I was
Like in retrospective, it's funny. So
Always.
there was a very nice, colorful, crazy wedding in the region of Lauterbrunnen that Tamara was the head responsible. And we prepared the flowers in our atelier and stuff. In the morning of the wedding, Tamara was really not doing well. Like really, we were worried. She stayed at home. We didn't know why until a couple of months later, we figured out that during the preparation of the flowers, she had put some flower preservant liquids into a bottle and mixed up the bottles. So she actually drank out of the bottle. She poisoned herself, basically.
That's Tiziana's idea of a funny or memorable wedding.
yeah.
The day.
So actually, that's why it never would come to my mind, because it was not funny at all. Right?
Yeah, the day itself, it was not funny because we knew like, now what do we do? Like basically, we always divide the weddings in like one head responsible, and from there everything else gets delegated. But this then also showed that all the delegation and all the planning and all the documentation and the updating from Tamara to the rest of the team was so good that we could actually do the wedding that was logistically pretty complicated, but everything worked out.
It started during the night already, so that I really felt like, oh my gosh, from 1 second to another. And I was like, okay, now this needs to work out somehow. But I was sure, because the way we work and the way we have our, let's say, backup or everything stored in a way, everyone has access to the running sheet or whatever, the schedule, everything. So everyone has access to it. I just needed to do one call and brief Tiziana on the few points which are crucial or whatsoever. But then I really could focus on myself. And I think the couple doesn't mention it or even haven't recognized it after Tiziana was mentioning, hey, Tamara is not coming that day. So this is also a strength from us. This will never happen again.
No, we learn from our clearly labelled. What inspires your creativity when planning weddings?
Ooh, there are many sources. So during, of course, travel and so on, but we also go specifically to fairs. Let's say the next is in Milan, Salone del Mobile, for example, or something. So also from the fashion industry, from the furniture, indoors, so architecture. So it varies a lot. We think then of connecting that to what is already given, like let's say the landscapes or the architecture or the mood in any way. Actually.
And Tiziana, how much do you find inspiration from your clients, or do you find that they come to you with a blank canvas in their mind and they hand over creativity to you?
They definitely don't come with the blank canvas, but with very unspecific ideas. In their minds, they know what they want, but then during the process figure out that it wasn't actually that. So I guess we do have more and more, and we really appreciate that, to have the clients that come to us specifically because of the aspect of the design, and let us like work more like designers and artists rather than a vendor that just puts to life their vision.
And so how would you describe your style or signature as a planner?
Gaea, I would define it as the name also said, right? It's the mother goddess, it's the mother earth that gives us every source we need to live here in a fulfilled life, let's say. And we are really trying to create these worlds just for 3 days or less. and that it lasts forever. I know that's not very specific in a sense of we are modern, we are classic, we are whatsoever, but I would say that is a sense of emotion and a feeling that we give to all our clients. If you see our pictures, normally you're gonna recognize that that's something what Gaea has designed.
If you weren't in the wedding industry, what would you be doing?
Oh, actually I would, I know what Tiziana would do. She would run a donkey farm, a rescue donkey farm, and I would join her as well, as I did with Gaea. But if I need to answer that for myself, I would say I would see me now in a more coaching, mentoring role to other business owners, and let's see what the future brings.
Yeah, same. The coaching role is for sure something that we figured out also together, that this is something that we enjoy doing. But yeah, the donkey sanctuary is very correct. I wouldn't be picky with just donkeys. Of course, like everyone that is fluffy will will be welcome there. But yes,